Hey guys, it's Brendan the Paleo Dude, and welcome back to another Jurassic World review and unboxing video. Today we'll be taking a look at the new Legacy Collection Diplodocus figure. This is an absolutely massive toy. You can see here on the front of the package, or the top, the scale of it, which is nuts, and the beautiful illustrations on the front and the back show a mountain range and some really nice deciduous forests. This gives me Walking with Dinosaurs vibes, which I feel like that background is heavily inspired by. Now this figure is interesting. I was not expecting Diplodocus to be on their roster, but it makes sense seeing as they have a Apatosaurus and Mamenchisaurus and basically everything under the sun except for, like, I don't know, Camarasaurus. So we'll find a way to open this. I'm not sure how long exactly it's going to be. I've seen it in photography online, but I never really watched any other unboxing or review videos on it, so it's going to be completely new to me. And lucky for you guys, it's such a big figure, I've got to be in the video for once. I mean, I've been in a few videos for the sauropods and stuff, but yeah, it's not a common occurrence. Okay, so we got the box open. Let's see what we've got to work with. Oh wow, the colors are really beautiful. We got part of the tail. I feel like the tail's going to be really long. We got the body here. It's very low to the ground. Looks like it's lower than the Apatosaurus. Another section to the box. Remove all that. We got about 3 or 4 more pieces. Yeah, I think part of the neck. And I'll just put the box down there. Okay, so let's get these unbagged. I hope I have all the parts. Doesn't look like a lot, actually. So, right off the bat, the body's got some really nice kind of beige stripes and these rubbery spikes all the way down the back, which is pretty iconic of Diplodocus. A lot of iterations in media have those spikes, so it makes sense. The leg positions is very neat. Most of the sauropods have very straight legs in the toy line. These ones are very bent. There's a lot of movement to them, which I think is super cool. And there is a scan code, before I forget. There you go. I don't know if y'all got that, but I'll probably include in the scan code video later. So let's start with the tail. We got tape on these bags, so we got to cut them off. The tail goes side to side. You can see there's a... Oh, yeah. It's actually a ball joint. What's going on? Hold on. Let's put this in first before I start toying around with it. Yeah. Oh? Did I do it right? I heard a weird noise. Okay, so it kind of rotates side to side, and it's also on a swivel, but I feel like I didn't put it in all the way. Oh, I can't pull it out, so I guess it's fine. Okay, so the tail's kind of on a ball joint. It can rotate and swivel, which is pretty neat. Yeah, that looks right. Wow, the tail is held high off the ground. I think all other sauropods, we'll do a comparison afterwards, they have the tails kind of higher, lower down to the ground, and I think they wanted to do something new with this one, something different to make it stand out. So, oh my god, it's all tail. Okay, this is crazy. This tail takes the cake. Though I have seen the Titanosaurus figure. And from the photos that have been shared from Comic-Con or Toy Fair, the tail on that one is just insane. Okay, so this is crazy. That's the tail. I can't even fit it on camera. That's longer than my forearm. Is that longer than my arm itself? Oh my god. Okay, so it's basically all tail. Let's see if the head, the neck should be kind of long. I don't know, there's only 2 pieces. So, okay, so there's the neck. And then we'll put on the head. If I can get this tape cut. There we go. The head is really neat. I'll give you guys a close-up before I put it on. So there's a little ball joint. You can rotate it all around, up and down. And then the jaws can open and close. It's got a pretty long head. Kind of reminds me of the Mamenchi head. Beautiful paint app on the face. There's like 2 stripes. Orange eyes. It's a pretty good sculpt. And the spikes are still rubber on the neck. They're not hard plastic, so that's pretty neat. They molded it around them. And the paint on it, there's like a dark brown, then this like white underbelly, and then like the orange kind of fades in. So it's got a very drastic paint job. There we go. Oh my god, this is a long figure. Okay. Jeez. Is this the longest one they've done yet? Let's compare it to Dreadnoughtus real quick. I'm trying to position it so you can see. So I'll stand back a little bit and I'll move this plant. So this is it in its full length. Crazy massive figure. It is just insanely long, like ridiculously long. Like this thing is just wow. Love the paint app. Beautiful paint job. Gives me desert vibes, open plains vibes. You can see the white underbelly here, and then the beige stripes, and then the black on the head. Really makes this figure stand out compared to the rest of the sauropods. And this massive tail. Like, I can't even, I don't know, put into words how long this is. I'll outstretch my arm. So this is, yeah, this is as long as my arm, which is nuts. Absolutely crazy. This, I think the tail itself might be longer than the Apatosaurus figure. So this is the Apato. And then this is the tail. If we put the tail up to the Apatosaurus tail, Apatosaurus comes up to its hips, or its shoulders, yeah. So if you go tail tip to tail tip, Apato comes up to the shoulders. So the tail stops where the Apato's neck begins. That is crazy. Absolutely insane. The Apato hips are a little taller, shoulders are a little taller, just by a tad bit. So Apato's got height. Diplodocus has very short front limbs. But Apato has a shorter neck, larger head, way shorter tail. Okay, so there's Apato out of the way. Now, the most similar one to it would be my Menchi. And I was actually, dino down. I was expecting my Menchi to have a longer neck than this. So I don't know if we can get my Menchi fully in the frame. Yeah, there we go. So Apato and my Menchi, or Diplodocus and my Menchi. Diplodocus is, if we put the heads together, longer just by a bit. So if we I'll move the tails off to the back of the film camera or whatever. There we go. So if we put the tail tips together, Diplodocus is just a tad bit longer, which I'm hoping you can see in the video. That I'll hold them. There's a bit of length between the head of the Mamenchi and the head of the Diplodocus. So they did in fact make Diplodocus longer thanks to this crazy tail. And Mamenchi's a bit taller at the front. And of course the neck goes taller because that's kind of how Mamenchi's built. Okay, so next we'll do Brachiosaurus. Let me grab that guy. There we go. Of course Brachiosaurus is way shorter, but taller. It'd be crazy if they did Camarasaurus in a somewhat larger scale, so we'd have all the Morrison sauropods. If we put Brachio's neck down though, and move them, oh yeah, doesn't even come close. That's crazy. But of course it's taller at the shoulders, obviously. So the final sauropod, supposedly the biggest, is Dreadnoughtus. And I know the Titanosaurus toy that's coming out is going to be way bigger than this, judging by the photos, but if we bend the neck down, put them head to head. Oh, this Dreadnoughtus is missing its tail, whoops. Where did I put that? I swear I had the tail somewhere. Ah, there it is. Bingo. Okay. Yeah, I've got two Dreadnoughtus. One of their tails does not want to stay on. So if we put the tail tips together, Dreadnoughtus is longer. So how am I going to show this? So push Diplodocus back a bit. Push Dreadnoughtus back a bit. Line their tails up. This is how much length there is between Dreadnoughtus and Dippy here. So Dreadnoughtus still takes the cake on longest, but that is because the neck is just absurdly long. And the tail is roughly the same length. So if we move the tail into frame a bit, the tails start at around the same place and end at around the same place. So if you have Dreadnoughtus, Dippy's tail is about the same length, maybe just a tad bit shorter. So Dreadnoughtus has a tad bit of a shorter tail compared to Dippy, but almost the same length if you put their hips together. So yeah, put Dreadnoughtus off to the side, or there we go. Anyways, wow, this figure is impressive, both in its coloration and in its immense tail length. The body's not that big, but there's a lot of movement to it. There's a lot of detail in the body itself. So much of like the muscles can be seen, and the skin wrinkles. The neck has a lot of skin wrinkles. Everything about this screams like Walking with Dinosaurs, Big Al, BBC style. Is incredible. Even the tip of the tail has paint on it. I cannot recommend getting this figure enough. If you have the other sauropods, don't miss out on this. This is like a must-get figure. There is so much to it that makes it stand out compared to the other sauropods. The color, the texture, the design, these spikes down the back. It's unique. It's very pretty. I know everyone's running out of space for these things, but it's well worth it. great showpiece, great photo piece. I've seen a lot of really nice photography with this and the Hammond Allosaurus, so they go really well together. And yeah, wow. I've been waiting to unbox this one for a while, so I'm glad I finally got it out of the way. I don't want to run this video too long, but yeah, really cool figure. Definitely worth picking it up. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Be sure to check out my previous ones if you haven't, as well as subscribe, and I'll see you all in the next video. Bye-bye.